I'm in the Parliament. I'm in my office in the New South Wales Parliament. This week it's pretty quiet. The Libs, it's like they're still asleep. There's not a lot of laws on the floor. But for me, the focus is the grants and the appalling politicisation of bushfire funding to communities. It's not a competition. Very deserved communities have received funding, but it should be fair. Fires don't stop at the electoral boundaries. And so the idea that only Liberal and National seats receive bushfire relief is absolutely disgraceful. And it's the theme of the way they administer grants. So we'll be raising that. And our koala campaign on the North Coast is continuing. World Wildlife Fund have invested millions of dollars into our area to protect koalas. They're doing the heavy lifting. Why isn't government doing that? And of course, strong action on climate change. Another big issue on the North Coast is a new greyhound track proposed for the Tweed. And as the North Coast spokesperson for New South Wales Greens, we say no. That is an absolute waste of money and time. The community doesn't want it, and it also has their environmental constraints and Aboriginal heritage issues. And another big issue we saw yesterday was what's happening in Myanmar. And standing with the people of Myanmar against the horrific imprisonment of Aung San Suu Kyi, and standing up for the human rights of others in the ASEAN, and instead of just being focused on ourselves. They are some of the big things this fortnight. We're all coming through the other side of the pandemic, and vaccines is going to be a big focus this year, and making sure that people have access and that they're healthy and safe access to a vaccine. And of course, we saw that social justice is possible, that the government can, when it wants to, it can stop people from being unfairly evicted from their homes, and it can provide a reasonable rate for unemployment benefits. And so we know that these things need to continue to support people in a more fair way. And climate change, of course, is, more dire than ever before. And what we see from the national government is that they are still 12 years on, 15 years on, they're still saying the same things. And so we're seeing the grassroots organisations and people, communities taking action themselves. It's ridiculous. So I want to keep bringing that to the floor of Parliament. And housing in our area, the housing stress is extreme and no one seems to be listening. And so that is something I'll be bringing into Parliament every day. People are always saying to me, how can I get involved? The best thing you can do is sign up for my newsletters, because we always have new petitions and we always have submission possibilities, and you can really use your voice. Use me, that's what I'm here for. And also, if you have a question for the Premier for me to ask on the floor of Parliament, please reach out.